I'm Denise Low, and I live currently in Northern California. I grew up in Kansas, fifth generation Kansan on three sides, but I had one Texas grandmother for a little spice in there. Um, I have written ever since I could move a crayon across a big chief tablet and loved books and stories and have been transported by them. My grandmother from Texas, who was quite an interesting person, she was Irish and German. Both my grandmothers were Irish and German. Both my grandfathers had mixed heritages, European and some indigenous. And my one grandfather was more obviously Delaware or Lenape. The grandmother from Texas, though, had a very artistic bent and loved the Asian poets. And in those days, we called them Lipo and Tufu and so forth. She was reading Kenneth Rexroth translations. So I got interested in how just words on a page can transport one into a total body immersion into feeling, sensation, imagining rhythms, and then also be a portal into kind of a mystic experience. So that kind of informs all of the writing I've done through a couple degrees and books and projects. Walking with my Delaware grandfather. Walking home, I feel a presence following and realize he is always there, that native man with coal black hair who is my grandfather. In my first memories, he is present, mostly wordless, resident in the house where I was born. My mother shows him the cleft in my chin, identical to his. I am swaddled and blinking in the kitchen light. So we are introduced. We never part. Sometimes I forget he lodges in my house still, the bone house where my heart beats. I carry his mother's framework, a sturdy structure. I learn his birthright. I hear his mother's teachings through what my mother said of her. She kept a pot of stew on the stove all day for anyone to eat. She never went to church, but said you could be a good person anyway. She fed hobos during the 30s, her back porch a regular stopover. Every person has rights, no matter what color. Be respectful. This son of hers, my grandfather, still walks the streets with me. Some twist of blood and heat still spark across the time bridge. Here, listen, air draws through these lungs made from his. His blood still pulses through this hand.